Hello, folks, and welcome to Telling Tinder Tales, the podcast where the search for love often goes wrong, dates get strange. The one thing we can be sure of is that we'll all have a good laugh about it. With me, Chris O'Neill.
And me, Thomasin Lockwood. Season's greetings to all of you. So for today's episode, we're going to do a little bit of a themed dates of Christmas past, dates of Christmas present, and dates of Christmas future. So a little bit of a special for you today. So Chris, how are you looking forward to Christmas? How are you spending it this year?
I spend most of Christmas Day cooking. I cook Christmas lunch, basically, which is 3 o'clock and enormous and excessive. That's what I do on Christmas Day. Nothing, and probably go for a walk in the morning. There's an Irish charity that does a walk called the Goal Walk, the Goal Mile. So it's an excuse to get out and get a breath of air.
Do you raise money for that charity? What does the charity do?
You pay to go for a walk. It's quite straightforward. And then the charity is a large charity that works providing food in the short term, but also it tends to do long-term development projects. So it's pretty well established at this stage. It's a good one. And they're associated with sports in Ireland. I'm not, but they are. And so a lot of the events happen on at sports grounds, in particular GAA sports grounds. So to go for a walk around the GAA pitch, basically, and part with money. I could say part with hard-earned money, but that would be a lie. So yes, I won't be bothered with that. I'll just part with money. Yes, anyway.
Well, that's great.
I'm going to Spain for 2 weeks after Christmas. So
Very nice.
Yes, it is very nice indeed. Well justified, if I may say so. I'm worth it. That's and then we're seeing people and stuff. You know, the normal sort of round of social encounters. But Christmas, what will you get up to for Christmas?
Getting drunk and not going to Spain.
Well, tough.
Yeah. Although I don't know, I'm pretty hopeful for some Christmas gifts this year. So I'm like, so the charity is me. I am the charity. So, but no, that sounds. Oops, sorry, I've just whacked I'm drinking right now. But yeah, that sounds great. I think very much in the Christmas spirit of charity and giving. Well, listener, however you spend your Christmas day, I hope it's a great one. I have a story about a particular Christmas day that our producer Lucy has given to me. So she has this friend, we'll call her Carol for the sake of the season. And Carol was with her boyfriend for maybe like 3 years. They lived together and they were spending Christmas together. She's gotten everything together. They've got the tree, they've got all the food, and, you know, Christmas morning's gone pretty smoothly. And he wants to keep kind of like putting her to the side and being like, oh, darling, let's have a romantic Christmas moment. Let's sit here by the sofa. But she's like, right, okay, we've opened the gifts. Like, let's clean up the wrapping paper. And then she's like turning on the oven, doing all the chopping. And he's like, let me just take your hand for a moment. Isn't this wonderful? And she's like, hands are busy, cooking and chopping and getting everything ready, set the table. He's actually starting to annoy her a little bit with how in the moment he wants to be while she's actually doing all the preparation. But anyway, they have a drink, they keep going. And at one point he insists on pulling her into the living room in front of the Christmas tree. And he pulls her into the living room. And before he can do his, my darling speech, she rips out a huge fart. And is like, great, that was better. And because that's how she rolls. And he looks at her and says, I'm about to propose. And you've just please stop farting so I can do this. And she realizes that all day he's been trying to get down on one knee and she's effectively kept walking off. And only now when he's gotten her in like this still moment has she decided to protest gastrointestinally, shall we say. But they got engaged and it was a lovely Christmas. Before, you feel too jealous, listeners, it didn't last. But I would say the fart was a pretty bad omen. Or a good one, I don't know.
And really, it could have been worse. He could have been down on his knee at the time. That would have been even worse. Yeah,
she's like, aren't you going to get down on one knee? No.
I think I can see why they wouldn't have stayed together, because she was obviously focused on getting things done. In other words, she was being an effective woman and he was being a romantic man, or largely redundant. The two terms somewhat interchangeable. But I mean, I can see how she had a different track on things than him.
I suppose for her, like, she obviously appreciated the engagement, and to be engaged at the time. But I think there was a bit of a part of her that she admitted later where she said, Christmas is for Christmas. Christmas is already a celebration. To tack an engagement on top of it, it feels a bit like, well, he doesn't have to make the moment special because it's already special. They've got the lights up, they've got the tree, they've got the booze in, they've got the food sorted. Usually if someone maybe might do an engagement, they might, take someone out to dinner or make dinner at home or like light the candles and do a bit of the extra work. But essentially she's already prepared for the engagement ambiance with Christmas.
Yeah, and as well, if it comes to celebrating, I mean, I know you get a lot of people who are very aggrieved about the fact that they were born in or around the 25th of December who really don't think they ever get a proper birthday. So, yeah, I can see the point. Yeah.
Although, I mean, I personally, I quite find the idea of being proposed to on Christmas quite romantic because it's, you're feeling the love already, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like if I was trying to prepare for Christmas anyway and someone was trying to bother me and not helping, it would annoy me anyway. Like picture this, Chris, you're preparing your food on Christmas Day and you've got someone who keeps trying to distract you by being like, let's take a moment. You might be like, well, do you want lunch at 3 or not?
I would also say episode's going out just before Christmas Day. Are you in the process of trying to drop a heavy hint, Thomasin?
Anyone out there, if there's anyone who would, yeah, why not? I don't know. I've got to be invited to a Christmas first.
Okay, fair enough. All right. So that's Christmas. That's Christmas past. I suppose we moved on to Christmas present, really, haven't we? Almost by an inadvertence. Christmas present, eh? What are we going to get up to this year?
Well, I know what a lot of people are going to be getting up to this year is it's cuffing season. So obviously that's about.
What?
Do you know what cuffing season is?
What is cuffing season? I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'll give you 3 guesses.
3 guesses?
Yeah.
3 guesses.
And if one of them's right, it will come true.
Now, if anything, Thomasin, you have worried me now. Cuffing season. Cuffing season is, it's hardly if it's a whole season to it, it's hardly kinkiness involving handcuffs.
Correct.
No, that's one down. Cuffing.
But there's a certain imagery, I guess, with the hand. Like, it is named after handcuffs. But it's not kinky. So you're actually, that's quite on the ball there.
It's named after handcuffs, but it's not kinky. That seems almost a pity. Cuffing season. Cuff, collar, neck. No, I'm sorry. I'm Terry Thomasin. I'm old and unimaginative. Cuffing season. Is it something to do with restraining people in some way, shape, or form?
Well, I guess if you're having a pessimistic outlook, perhaps, I might encourage you to remember to bring it back to the topic of dating.
Coughing. I have this notion that I've heard the term, well, that's rutting when it comes to deer, but
okay.
I dread to think that it could be something as primitive as headbutting.
Every season is rutting season, Chris.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, I don't know. I'm sorry, Thomasin, you have defeated me with this riddle. What is cuffing season?
Okay, all right, okay. Well, basically, cuffing season, it's a period, generally starts around the autumn time, sort of late autumn to late winter, where people will search for a relationship purely to get them through the cold winter months and the holiday season.
I see. It's essentially exploitation.
Yes. So the idea is being, cuffed to someone, basically to help get them through the holiday events, get the Christmas picture, do all the fun things, and then come January, handcuffs are off. Goodbye.
And would there be an element of trying to make sure you get a partner in order to get a Christmas present out of all this?
Oh, I didn't even think of that. But yeah, that's definitely a perk.
Yeah, a perk, yeah, exploitation. I can imagine, all right, that would be a thing. Like trying to find someone in October, November, hang on to them for 5 or 6 weeks or a month, get the other side of Christmas, dispose of them, bring back whatever the gift was for cash to the shop, and move on.
I mean, you're making it sound like they've killed them.
No, just exploited them.
Yeah, and I guess some of the other idea is it's the cold months. You've got someone to cozy up against. You don't have to pay as much on your heating bill if you've got them for warmth in the bed at night. And like the flip side of that, right, is like festival season where people break up. People don't want to be with their partners because they want to go nuts at music events or holidays and have holiday romances. So it's kind of if people are being frivolous with their dating, it's kind of the opposite of that.
I see. Oh, fair enough. Right. I'm sort of vaguely reminded of a TV episode I saw one time where apparently there was a common excuse used in Canada for getting married, which was that couples would make sure they were trapped in the snow together. And therefore, they would innocently have had to spend 2 or 3 days together. And then they would announce they were getting married. And nobody would really criticize them because they were doing the honorable thing. But that was what they wanted to do in the first place, sort of using the weather to, provide cover for their activities.
What era of that in Canada are we talking about?
I think we're talking about the in 18th century, perhaps, rather than early 19th.
Well, that it reminds me a little bit of the song "Baby It's Cold Outside." That's literally the premise of that song.
Oh yeah, but that song is now apparently not approved of anymore because it's considered a bit creepy.
So here's the thing. I'm going to state my unpopular opinion now. I don't think there's anything wrong with that song because of the context of. So just listener, if you haven't heard the song, listen to "Baby It's Cold Outside." Give it a listen. And there's one lyric in there where so the guy and the girl duet, they're going back and forth where he's saying, don't go out in the snow, stay, it's cold outside. And she's like, my mum will worry, I can't stay, like I've got work in the morning, the typical sort of song and dance. And there's one line where it's a beautiful song, and at one point she's like, say, what's in this drink? And you're like, oh, wait, what? But the context at that time, it was apparently it was actually quite a common saying as like a getting out of something. So say if you and I were at a dinner party and I make some kind of rude joke and people pause and look at me, I can go, say, what's in this drink? As like like, what? Me? So her singing that is more like maybe I do have to stick. What's in this drink? It's actually playful and flirtatious. But I also understand in the context of today, we don't have any of that information. So it does sound it's a little bit, I'm worried for her.
Maybe it was a Canadian song originally. I have no idea. But the Canadians used to use that as an excuse, apparently. So it's cheaper and quicker than dating, I suppose. Find a log cabin and get snowed in.
Well, if you were going to play a Christmas song to your date, what do you think would be the most romantic song?
I tend to be a rock and roll sort of person, and I would probably play just a tune I like Don't Step on My Blue Suede Shoes or something like that, for no apparent reason other than that I like it and hope that she would too.
Fair enough.
What would you play?
Well, I think Santa Baby by Eartha Kitt. It really brings a sultriness to Christmas that it's quite a garish season, and I think she brings a real classiness to it. Although I have to say, again, listener, I'm just going to create a playlist for you by the end of this. If you listen to Santa Baby, but the version by Michael Bublé, where he sings Santa Buddy, it's the most unhinged song I've ever heard in my life. It sounds like he basically really tried to go with it's a platonic song by making it really pally, but because he's still singing it in this really sultry way, it sounds a bit like he's threatening Santa. He's like, Santa buddy, give me a Rolex and no one gets hurt. It's really strange.
I don't know why sometimes people do songs and really you think they should not have bothered, you know?
I do feel a bit bad though in Santa Baby because it does sound a bit like Eartha Kitt is the other woman. What do you think Father Christmas? What do you think Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus's first date was?
Oh, that would have been just after the birth of Christ, wouldn't it?
I guess. I mean, are we going with like a biblically accurate Saint Nick, or are we going for like the Coca-Cola slugging guy? Like,
yeah, Saint Nicholas. I mean, as far as I can remember, he lived off somewhere in Middle Europe, Czechoslovakia, somewhere like that. That's where the mythology comes from of the presents being distributed at Christmas. So presumably, as I say, he must have had, I don't know, I'd say the first date was probably they went down to, I mean, he probably wasn't that busy at Christmas. Before Christmas, he probably went down to the local market with his lady friend and they probably bought themselves a pulled pork sandwich and a beer. Something like that in the middle of Czech Republic. The Czechs have been making beer, excellent beer, by the way. If anyone ever meets me, I'll take a Pilsner Urquell. Thank you very much. But yeah, they've been making excellent beer for a long time. And pigs have been around. So yeah, I think that's probably the closest we can get to a first date for them. They probably didn't have sex because even at that stage, I'm sure he wanted to be a saint.
See, listener, this really goes to show the difference between mine and Chris's education, because I would have, like, all my knowledge of Saint Nick comes from, like, you know, pictures on advent calendars. So I was going to say maybe he took Mrs. Claus on, like, a ride on Rudolph, like Aladdin with the magic carpet. And
I think we have to go back to remember. You have to remember, Coca-Cola made Saint Nick white and red. Up until then, Saint Nick dressed in green, right? And then Coca-Cola rebranded Santa. One of the many crimes that Coca-Cola have indulged in. Although, if they would like to sponsor this podcast, we can edit this out.
Oh my gosh!
We are principled up to the point where the money arrives.
You know what? That reminds me. I remember going on a date when I must have been 21, and it was this redhead, and I showed up wearing a red hat and a green coat, and he went, "Red and green should never be seen." And I thought, all right, well, I won't wear green when I'm sucking your dick, you ginger prick. But but now, whenever I look at...
Okay, that's pretty dramatic.
And we're back in Christmas past again.
Was that at Christmas or thereabouts?
I don't think so, but ever since that interaction, whenever I look at Christmas decorations and the red and the green, I'm like, oh, is this a fashion faux pas? I don't know.
I mean, what was his day job? Fashion police. I mean, yeah.
No, he was an actor.
I mean, that's your first mistake.
I
mean, let's face it, you know, actors.
I was 21. I didn't know any better.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm also an actor, Chris.
I know, but that's the reason for not going near an actor.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if there are a number of reasons around that, mainly financial. You want somebody viable if you're an actor because there's a 97.3% repeating chance you won't be. So, therefore, find someone with money.
Fair enough. And maybe as a redhead, he was just really careful about colour analysis. I don't know.
Yeah.
He wore green all the time. He was wearing green in his headshot.
Okay. Yeah. He probably wore green, but didn't go naked from the waist down. So that probably meant red and green were not seen.
There you go. Love. Oh, I feel really mean. I feel like the Grinch right now. That's so mean.
Do you still know if he exists? I mean, do you know of him? Is he around anywhere?
I do, and I can't really say much more because he's getting quite well known.
Oh, he's doing well. I see.
Yeah, no, I actually have like nothing. I have really lots of goodwill towards him. I really do. He's incredibly talented. He also was young. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't judge him to that. Do not judge him on that flippant comment from years ago. He's actually a really great guy.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Nice backtracking there, Thomasin. Yeah.
I know. That just slipped out, isn't it? It's the Christmas sherry, Chris.
Indeed. And yeah, so we've dealt with Christmas past and Christmas present, sort of. So what about Christmas future? You any plans or dreams for how you'd like to spend Christmas?
Well, I think I just would love a lovely rest, especially just in time for what is known as Dating Sunday. So you had your cuffing season, Chris, and now I'm going to educate you some more, because apparently the most active time on dating apps is the first Sunday of January. So listeners, get ready. We would love to hear your dating story, whether it's Dating Sunday or another one. We want to hear from you, so get in touch. tellingtindertales@gmail.com.
That's our New Year's resolution, folks, to have lots of our listeners telling their stories here on Telling Tinder Tales. You can get through to us on all the various social media bits and pieces. Frankly, I'm too old to remember them all. But Thomasin's very good at announcing that sort of stuff. So it's goodbye from me and a happy Christmas, and see you in the new year. Well, you can hear from us in the new year.
Hopefully. Enjoy Spain, Chris. Enjoy the holiday season. Bye.
And have a great time. Bye.
Bye. What's in this drink?
Telling Tinder Tales is hosted and produced by me, Chris O'Neill, and Thomasin Lockwood. Produced and edited by Lucy Regan, with music by Quincas Moreira. It's a Jester's Comedy Dublin production and is no way affiliated with or endorsed by Tinder. If you have a story to tell, please get in touch. Details are in the show notes. And if you like us, instead of swiping right, follow us on Instagram and or TikTok at Telling Tinder Tales.